Okay. We started accounting equation. Now we are at the end part of unit number 1, that is journal ledger and trial balance. Basically for accounting, this is the process. When we go for preparation of final account, accounts department will have to go through this process. So it starts from journalizing. It starts with journalizing, journal entry, journal. So this is number 1. And then as the arrow moves, once you complete journal entry, then ledger posting. Now let us understand what is journal. Journal, it is the prime book of organization, which is called as the original entry book. Original entry book. Whenever transaction happens in organization, immediately that transaction is being recorded in journal. Whatever transaction, whether it is a purchase of raw material or sales of finished goods or payment of salary, payment of rent, receipt of commission or receipt of bank interest, whatever it is, immediately such transactions are recorded in journal. But it is also necessary for you that how journal entry is being made. So that exercise also we will have today. So ledger we will discuss later. First, we will understand the phase number 1, that is journalizing. Now, journal entry, remember the steps. I will show you the step. You can have a screenshot of that step also. You can have a screenshot of this process. Okay. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. You can have screenshot of process. Okay. Now, in regards to journal entry, these are the 5 steps one will have to go through. Now, I know our batch is a mix of stream. All students are not from commerce background. I know that limitation. There are a few students who are from science background, maybe from engineering. Few students might be from pharmacy background also. There might be students from computer science, BCS, BCA. So considering this mixture group, I am going with the very elementary stage. Here, those who are from commerce background, they are well versed with these steps. So for them, this will be just revision. So commerce students will bear with me, will bear with their classmate, and other students will try to learn this, because this is a very basic thing. And again, let me tell you, from examination point of view, or even from your career point of view, you will not be asked to make journal entry. But whenever you head your department as a manager, so your subordinates are working for journal entry and other things. Just a second, please. Yes. Sorry for the interruption. So before we go with this step, I think, are you aware with the golden rules of account? Anyone?
Debit what comes in, credit what goes out.
Okay.
Debit the receiver, credit the giver.
Uh,
Debit expenses and
Shall
losses.
I show that slide also?
Yes, sir.
One second. Let me show you that slide also. Yes. Are you able to see PPT types and rules of accounting?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see below you will see there are 3 boxes. So the box number indicates personal account. Box number 2 indicates real account. And number 3 indicates nominal account. So journal entry studies start from this step actually. Types and rules of accounting. So let's have a discussion on this area. Now personal account. Personal account pertains to the natural person and artificial person. Natural person like me, yourself, Ram, Rahim, Sham, Sita, etc. So they are called as a natural person. And artificial persons like organization, banks, maybe TCS, Wipro, Tata Motors, State Bank of India, and so on. They are called as a artificial person. So artificial person and persons belongs to the personal account. In addition to this, capital is also personal account. Please remember, even from the MCQ point of view, multiple choice question, there might be a tricky question that classify capital account, and you will be provided 4 options, and out of that 4 you will have to choose correct one. So capital account should be classified under personal account. Are you following me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, after knowing what comes under personal account, let's memorize this rule. Now we need to memorize this rule. There is no option because this is rule. So for rule, there should not be any shortcut. So it should be memorized. So there is no shortcut. So debit the receiver, credit the giver. And as I told day before yesterday, I think on Friday or Saturday's lecture, I told that from hence onward, you are not you, I am not myself, but we are business. So that point of view, we have to consider ourselves. We are business because whenever we make journal entry, we make journal entry on behalf of business. So debit the receiver. A person who is receiving from our business, their account should be debited. And a person who is giving to our business, maybe loan, maybe financial assistant, whatever. So their account simply should be credited. Credit the giver. Giver account should be credited. So debit the receiver, credit the giver. So this is the rule for personal account. Everyone, please go through this first box. We will learn one by one this box. Everyone, please go through this rule. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. And hardly this is the exercise of 3 to 4 minutes, and you will learn this rule forever. Second box, which indicates real account. Now, what is real account? Yes, Nikita, you want to say something, Nikita? Yeah. Unmute yourself, Nikita, and speak out. Yes, Nikita. Nikita has raised hand. She has some query, I think so. Unmute your mic, Nikita. All of you, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Nikita. Raise hand. Hua. She is writing something. So, second box which indicates real account. What is now a real account? A real account which covers all assets and liabilities. All kind of assets. We know what are the assets. Can we revise this concept? What do you mean by asset? What are the types of asset? Yes, please.
Tangible and intangible assets.
Correct. Tangible assets and intangible assets. And we have learned. Very good. At least you are remembering these words, tangible and intangible. Under tangible assets, then there are fixed assets and current assets. Okay.
Yes.
Fixed asset and current assets. So these kind of assets comes under real account. Real account comprises these tangible assets as well as intangible assets. In addition to these assets and liabilities, goods and cash, either cash back or bank, it is one and the same. Nowadays, we do transaction through bank only, but sometimes we need to pay hard cash also in currency. So cash and bank is also part of real account in addition to assets. And goods means whatever product is being sold by organization, that is known as goods. So goods also comes under real account. And after understanding what comes under real account, let us memorize this rule of real account. Debit what comes in, whatever coming into our business, that account simply should be debited. Say for example, if furniture is coming in our organization, so furniture account will be debited that way. Furniture account debit. And credit what goes out, whatever going from our business, that account should be credited. So debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So this is the rule for a real account. Third box, which I have mentioned here, nominal account. Nominal account comprises all kind of expenses as well losses. So let me share with what kind of expenses are there. Expenses like say electric bill, telephone bill, repair and maintenance, maybe depreciation. Depreciation is also expense for organization because we treat depreciation as an expense. We all learned in last session what is depreciation. So all kind of expenses, salary, wages, power, etc. These expenses should be debited. Or losses. Losses in the sense, suppose if goods are lost by because of fire or due to some natural calamities, if there is a loss, that loss should be debited. Then nominal account also covers all kind of income as well as gains. So income, that is nothing but for organization. We learned in last session, that is there are direct income as well as indirect income. So may I ask you, what do you mean by direct income? Yes, please. What do you mean by direct income?
Income from sales.
Income from
Sell of goods.
income from sale. Direct income, it is the income which we receive from the sales of either services or goods. Your company might be manufacturing goods or they might be providing services also. So whatever revenue we receive by way of sale of service or sale of goods, that is our direct income, because that is our regular operation. And indirect income, other than sale of goods or sale of service, our organization may receive other income also. Say for example, if our business is having some surplus amount, so surplus amount, if it is invested in other bank in the form of fixed deposit, so other bank will give us interest quarterly or annually, monthly. So whatever interest our business receives, that is known as indirect income. So that indirect income is a part of nominal account. As well gains. Gains maybe other than our direct and indirect income, we might have purchased shares of other company, and if that company is giving dividend to our business, so that is gain for us. So that account should be created. So rule for nominal account is debit expenses and losses, credit gains and income. Debit expenses and losses, credit income and gains. So take a screenshot of this particular slide, and please remember. Now we will go to the next part, that is steps, as I showed you earlier. Now we will follow these steps after understanding types of account and rules of accounting. Now I'm pretty sure that you all are aware what are the types of account and what are the rules of account. Before I move to the next slide, if you have any doubt, I am waiting for your signal. If you do not have doubt, still you can give me your signal. Yes. Any doubt so far?
No, sir.
Yes, please. Any doubt?
Sir, is GST a real account?
Yes,
The input GST or output GST is a real account?
Anurag, can you repeat your question?
Yes, sir. I just asked the GST which we collect or which we pay is the real account or something else?
Real account.
Okay, sir.
In last session, there was a request from some student that they would like to take a screenshot of so I will just show these slides. Those who would like to have a screenshot, they are welcome. So I will show you that slide. Before we go for journal entry, just I am putting this slide. This is accounting concepts and convention. This we have learned. If you wish to have a screenshot, you can have it. Then these particulars, shall I go ahead? Shall I go to the next slide now?
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is about accounting conventions. Let me add one thing over here. I am just putting heading of conventions, because if I go on typing this entire thing, then this screen will not be sufficient for this. That already we have discussed. What is conservatism, materiality, consistency?
It is okay, sir.
In case if you would like to know, or if you have forgotten, right now you can ask me. That is not an issue. And if you remember, then no issue. If you do not remember, still we have the opportunity. You can ask me. Here I am putting 3 conventions before you: conservatism, materiality, and consistency. If you want any additional information, please speak out. Yes. As you see here, the logo of Symbiosis, because I am also associated with the Symbiosis. So that is why the name written over here. Actually, these slides are prepared by me only, but we have the practice, because since we conduct lectures at Symbiosis, so we use our logo. Okay, now coming back to our journal entry. Step number 1, identify which 2 accounts are involved. And step number 2, classify these accounts. Then step number 3, apply rules of account. And then step number 4, effect the transaction, that is whether it is debit or credit. And step number 5, narration. Now what is narration? Narration is nothing but the description of transaction. Little bit information about transaction, so that if anyone reads, if anyone goes through your journal, by reading description, he should make sense out of that transaction, so what it is. So that is known as narration. Please note these steps because these steps are essential. Note down. Done with noting? Yes, please. Now, as far as journal format concerned, journal, there are 5 columns. First column, that is date. First column, date. Then second column, particular. Third one is ledger folio number, LF. In short, it is being written as LF, ledger folio number. Fourth one is debit rupees, and the last column credit rupees. So total 5 columns are there in journal. I repeat again, date, particular. Third column is ledger folio number. Fourth one is debit rupees, and the fifth one is credit rupees. So this is the format for journal entry. Are you following, or am I going hurriedly?
No, sir, it's okay.
Okay. Now, we will have a few transactions and how journal entries to be made. We will have that practice. Now, suppose if there is a transaction that Mr. Amit commenced business with cash rupees 10,000, machinery rupees 10,000, building rupees 30,000, and furniture 15,000. Okay, so these are the things given to you. Now, how journal entries to be made? Now here you will see that whenever we start business, these 3-4 things have been given to the business by owner, and we know that owner and business should be treated separately. They are separate entity. We have learned that in accounting concepts. Business entity, they are separate entity. Now, from the business point of view, now first identify which accounts are involved. Not necessarily that every time there will be 2 accounts. Sometimes there might be more than 2 accounts also. Now in this transaction, there are more than 2 accounts. As I told that Mr. Amit commenced business with cash rupees 10,000, machinery 10,000, building 30,000, and furniture 15,000. So how many things Amit has given to the business? How many? Cash, machinery, building, and furniture. Total 4 things. Okay. And these things are given for what purpose? This is for capital purpose, because it is clearly mentioned in the transaction. Mr. Amit has commencing business, that is nothing, but he has started business. So whenever we start business requires capital. Business requires capital. And I told you capital, it is which account? Can you remember? Yes, please. Capital.
Personal.
Yes, please.
Personal.
Yes, capital is personal account.
Personal account.
Yes, capital is personal account. Correct. Now, Here we will identify the accounts which are involved. So accounts involved are cash, machinery, building, furniture, and capital. Amit's capital. We can say Amit's because who has given capital? Whose capital is this? Whose capital? Amit's capital. Amit Cummins business, no? Amit. Even if you write capital, no issue. But if you write Amit's capital, that will be more appropriate. Both answers are correct. But I would like to make you more appropriate. So Amit's capital, if you write that way, that will be more appropriate. Now, we have identified the first step. I'm going very slow purposely so that everyone should be with me. Now we are following second step. Classify these accounts. We have to classify these accounts. Classification means we know there are three accounts. Three accounts are personal account, real account, and nominal account. Now, first four things, that is cash, building, machinery, and furniture. This will be classified in which account? Out of three accounts, where it will be classified? This four.
Real account.
Real account, correct.
Real.
Yes, so real account. And the other account is capital. As you said, capital is personal account. So classification is done, step number 2. Now let me tell you, friend, once you acquainted with these rules, then it becomes mechanical. These steps automatically you follow. Now, for example, when we drive over a car on the road or a two-wheeler on the road, so whenever there is a traffic or some speed breakers are there, we apply a brake and then we shift our gear. So there we don't need to remember. It happens automatically. There is a mechanical process we have developed in our mind, and that way we drive our vehicle. Similarly, once you are acquainted with the rules, then mechanically you will follow these steps. So classification is done. That is a real account and personal account. Now, step number 3, apply rules of account. Now, in case of real account, can you speak out what is the rule for real account? Yes, everyone, please. What is the rule of real account?
Debit the receiver.
Debit was
Debit the receiver, credit
Debit
the
what
giver.
comes in. Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Here, it is coming to our business. It is coming. Debit what comes in. So whatever it is coming, that account should be debited. So what is coming to our business?
Cash.
Is coming to our
Capital.
business. Building
Cash.
coming.
Machinery.
Furniture is coming. And what else?
Cash. Building.
plant and machinery.
And furniture. Cash, machinery, building, and furniture. This all is coming into our business. Okay. So if you are having a piece of paper and pen, you can write down, otherwise pay your attention. So whatever is coming to our business, that account will be debited. So we will write there cash account debit, machinery account debit, building account debit, furniture account debit, and their amount will be written in column. That is, say, as I told you, 10,000, machinery 10,000, building 30,000, and furniture 15,000. So these 4 things are coming to our business. So these whatever is coming, debit what comes in, that account we have debited. And what is the total of this all 4 this thing? If anyone is ready with the total, they can share me total amount. Cash 10,000, machinery 10, building 30, and furniture 15. Yes, please.
65,000.
65,000.
65,000.
Yes, 65,000. Now, this 4 account we have debited. Now, next line we will write 2 capital account. Now, capital account, since this is belongs to the personal account. Now, what is the rule for personal account?
Debit the receiver, credit the giver.
Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Now here we are making entry on behalf of business. So in our business, Amit is giving. Okay, who is giving this capital? Amit is giving. So Amit account will be created. So Amit's capital rupees 65,000. To Amit's capital rupees 65,000. In credit column we will show 65,000. And this way debit and credit effect we have given. Effect number 4, that is effect the transaction, that is debit and credit. So first 4 account we have debited, and the last, that is Amit's capital account, we have credited. So step 4 is completed. Now step 5, provide narration, that is description of transaction. So at the end, in bracket, there is a practice that in bracket you have to provide narration or description. So we can mention that business started with cash, machinery, building and furniture by Mr. Amit, and bracket close, and bracket close. So this way we are done with the first journal entry. We will have other transaction also. Those who are not still followed, they can concentrate on the next transaction. So nothing to worry. With the practice and study, you will learn this journal entry. It is not a very rocket science, let me tell you. So do not panic. Now, second transaction. Company paid advertisement expenses worth rupees 50,000. So this is the second transaction. I repeat, company paid advertisement expenses worth rupees 50,000, 50. Now, from this transaction, again, go through this step. Identify which 2 accounts are involved. Everyone, please. Now, give me answer that which 2 accounts you have observed in this transaction. I repeat, transaction. Company paid advertisement expenses worth rupees 50,000. So which 2 accounts are involved there?
Advertisement account and
Yes.
the payment account, that means cash or bank account.
Yeah, cash or bank account. Very correct. So advertisement account, and second one is either cash or bank account. So these 2 accounts we have identified very correctly. Now step number 2, classify these accounts. Now these accounts we have to classify. Now since advertisement, this is our income or expense.
Expense.
Organization, it is income or expense?
Expenses.
It is expense.
Expense.
It is expense. So advertisement will, if it is expense, then where it will be classified out of 3 accounts?
Nominal.
Nominal account, correct. So advertisement belongs to the nominal account. And the second account which you have identified, that is either cash or bank. So cash or bank belongs to which account?
Real account.
Real account. So here we identified nominal account and real account. Now step 3, apply the rules of account. Apply rules of account. Nominal account rules are what? Debit, expenses and losses. Debit, expenses and losses. And second account we identified, that is real account. Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Now with this rule, we have to give the effect of transaction. Since advertisement it is expense, we are classified as a nominal account. Now effect the transaction, debit the expenses. So step number 4, advertisement account debit rupees 50,000. Advertisement account debit rupees 50,000. Now 2, second account we have to give effect. Second account we have identified as real account. So in real account, are we receiving or it is going from our business? cash or bank is,
Going from our business.
yes, it is going from our organization because the amount we have to pay either by cash or through bank account. So it is going. So credit what goes out. So we can say that cash oblique bank account credit rupees 50,000. Rupees 50,000. So two effects we have given. One is debit and other one is credit. Dual aspect. And then finally we will give the description. Company paid advertisement expenses. Bracket close. Company paid advertisement expenses. Now, within one day, I will not bother you much about only journal entry. As I told you, in corporate, you may not be asked to make journal entry, but you should know the basics of journal entry. Even from examination point of view, this on the basis of these basics, MCQ will be framed. So remember this. We will also have practice maybe in next session about journal entry. So right now this we will have one more transaction for practice purpose, and then we will go to the other point. Now, next transaction, company purchase goods for rupees 7,000. Company purchase goods for rupees 7,000. Now, in this given transaction, again we will follow this step. Identify which two accounts are involved. Company has purchased goods worth rupees 7,000. So, purchase of goods, this is one account, and cash is another account. Purchase of goods, one, and cash is second account. Now classify these accounts. Now in this transaction, purchase of good, where classification, which account this belongs? Purchase of goods. Hello.
Goods accounts to purchase account.
Purchase of goods, where it will come, which account you will classify?
Real account.
Real account. And cash account?
Real account.
Real account. Now see, now in this transaction, both accounts pertains to real account. So that may also happen. Both belongs to the real account. In earlier transaction, there were different accounts. Like say, if you observe, in first transaction, there was personal account and real account. In second transaction, there was nominal account and real account. But in this third transaction, both are real account. So nothing to worry. Let it be real account. No issue. Now apply the rule for real account. Now, can you speak out what is the rule for real account?
Debit what?
Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Now in this transaction,
Comes in.
what is coming in our business?
Goods.
Yes, goods are coming. So purchase of goods, no? Purchase of goods. So we can say
Goods.
purchase of goods is coming, goods are coming, and in turn to that, cash is going from our organization, that is 7,000 rupees. So whatever is coming, that is, we can say purchase account debit or purchase goods account debit, or we can say goods account debit, that is also correct. No issue.
Cash account credit.
And cash account credit. And at the end, give that narration that company paid for purchase of goods. That's it. Yes. Now, one more transaction. Please listen this transaction. Rupees 1,000 paid to Chief Minister Fund as Mr. Amit personal contribution. Mr. Amit has given some help to the Chief Minister Fund. Like say, you might be aware that even in pandemic also, some businesses have given financial help towards Prime Minister Fund or Chief Minister Fund. So that kind of thing. But here we have given information that rupees 1,000 paid to Chief Minister Fund as Mr. Amit personal contribution. Now in this transaction, now identify which two accounts are involved. Yes, please. Here, Mr. Amit has paid rupees 1,000 to Chief Minister Fund as his personal contribution. So whenever there is a personal word, so do you remember personal things belongs to what?
Personal account.
Personal account.
It is drawing account. Drawing. Identify two accounts. Drawing, no?
No.
In last session, we learned what is drawing. Do you remember? We have learned this drawing concept.
Yes, sir.
So drawing is one, and the other account is that is either cash or bank. Rupees 1,000. Cash भी हो सकता है या बैंक भी हो सकता है. So cash or oblique bank. Rupees 1,000. So that is second account. Now in this transaction, we will make journal entry. Drawing account debit rupees 1,000 because it is given to the Chief Minister Fund 1,000. To cash or bank account because credit what goes out. So cash is going from our business. So that account will be credited. To cash account rupees 1,000. Okay. So drawing account debit to cash account rupees 1,000. And in bracket give the narration being donation paid to Chief Minister Fund as Mr. Amit personal contribution. I repeat, being donation paid to Chief Minister Fund as Mr. Amit personal contribution. This way.
पैसे देऊन टाकलाय.
Now, before we end today's session, let's have quickly one last transaction. Now, observe. I will read out the transaction. Everyone, please observe. Table fan worth rupees 1,500 bought in the office or in simple purchase of table fan worth rupees 1,500. Purchase of table fan worth rupees 1,500. Now here in this transaction, identify which two accounts are you are observing.
Purchase account and
Yes, fan.
cash or bank.
Yes, cash or bank. Fan and cash and bank. Now, fan belongs to, that is the asset for organization, because it becomes asset. So, fan, it is real account, and cash and bank is also real account. So both belongs to the real account. Okay. So debit what comes in, real account rule, and credit what goes out. So purchase of fan account debit 1,500 to cash or bank account credit 1,500. And at the end we will give the narration being table fan purchase for office use, being table fan purchase for office use. So this narration will clarify about the transaction. Yes. Now we are very close to our end time, that is 9 o'clock. It is almost 2 minutes are left. So today we will stop here and we will continue the other part in next session. Thank you all. And
Thank you,
home
sir.
also.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much,
So
sir.
if you are having a study material with you, please go through this, and maybe next time you may have your queries in our online class. Thank you all once again.
Okay, sure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.